Mixed signals. Navigating the maze of breadcrumbing by life's success. Introduction. In a world where digital interactions often overshadow face-to-face connections, the landscape of relationships has evolved, sometimes into a labyrinth of confusion and mixed signals. Breadcrumbing, a phenomenon characterized by sporadic, non-committal communication, has emerged as one of the most subtle yet impactful aspects of contemporary dating and relationships. It leaves many wandering in a maze of uncertainty, questioning their worth and longing for clarity. But this book is not just about understanding breadcrumbing. It's a deeper dive into the very fabric of human connection in the digital age. It's about peeling back the layers of why we communicate the way we do, what we seek in relationships, and how we can navigate the complexities of modern love with grace and self-assurance. Each chapter in this book is a step on a journey to find the person who complements your soul. We will explore the signs of breadcrumbing, delve into the psychological motives behind it, and examine its impact on our emotional well-being. More importantly, we will equip you with the tools to respond to breadcrumbing effectively, set healthy boundaries, and cultivate authentic, meaningful connections. This book is your companion in decoding the mixed messages often encountered in relationships today. It offers a blend of insightful analysis, real-life examples, and practical advice, ensuring that you are well prepared to navigate the maze of modern dating and relationships. So, let us embark on this journey together. A journey that promises not just insights into breadcrumbing, but also a voyage towards personal growth, emotional resilience, and the discovery of deeper, more fulfilling relationships. Welcome to Mixed Signals, Navigating the Maze of Breadcrumbing, your guide to unraveling the complexities of the heart in the digital era. Chapter 1: Breadcrumbing Unveiled. In the realm of modern relationships, breadcrumbing has emerged as a nuanced phenomenon, often leaving a trail of confusion and mixed emotions. This chapter delves into defining and understanding breadcrumbing, setting the stage for recognizing and responding to it in our digital interactions and relationships. Breadcrumbing is the act of sending out sporadic, non-committal communications that keep a person interested without offering genuine commitment. It's akin to the metaphorical trail of breadcrumbs, each message a crumb leading nowhere. For instance, when Laura received occasional, flirtatious texts from her colleague without any follow-through, she was being breadcrumbed. In our digital age, breadcrumbing has become increasingly prevalent. The ease of sending a text or a social media like has made it simpler to give someone just enough attention to keep them interested. Mike found this in his online dating experiences, where matches would often engage in brief, enthusiastic conversations that fizzled out without leading to a real connection. A primary sign of breadcrumbing is inconsistent and erratic communication. For example, Sarah would receive a rush of affectionate messages from her partner, followed by a prolonged period of silence, creating a pattern of uncertainty and confusion. Breadcrumbing often includes mixed messages communications that are ambiguous enough to keep you guessing. David experienced this when he received warm, inviting texts from his date that seemed to hint at a future together, only to be followed by vague or non-committal responses when he tried to make plans. As we conclude this chapter, we've navigated through the basics of what breadcrumbing is and its common signs. Understanding this phenomenon is the first step in managing its impact on our emotional well-being and relationships. With this knowledge, we're equipped to better recognize breadcrumbing patterns, laying the groundwork for deeper exploration in subsequent chapters. Chapter 2: The Signs and Signals. In the complex dance of modern relationships, breadcrumbing is a subtle, often misunderstood rhythm. Chapter 2 focuses on identifying and understanding the signs of breadcrumbing, a crucial step in navigating the nuanced world of digital communication and relationships. One of the most telling signs of breadcrumbing is inconsistency in communication. For example, Emily experienced days of silence from her partner, followed by a flurry of affectionate messages, creating a cycle of uncertainty. This pattern is a classic hallmark of breadcrumbing, where the sporadic bursts of attention lack consistency and depth. Breadcrumbing often involves superficial or non-committal interactions. Consider the case of Tom, who regularly received messages from his date filled with vague promises of future plans that never materialized. These hollow interactions are a red flag indicative of breadcrumbing behavior. Intentions play a crucial role in breadcrumbing. For instance, Sarah noticed that her partner only reached out when he needed emotional support or validation, indicating that the breadcrumbing was more about fulfilling his needs than building a genuine connection. The discrepancy between words and actions is a critical indicator of breadcrumbing. Julie learned this when she noticed that despite her partner's affectionate texts, his actions like failing to make concrete plans did not align with his words. This disparity often reveals the lack of genuine intent in the relationship. Concluding Chapter 2, we understand that recognizing breadcrumbing is about more than identifying patterns. It's about understanding the intentions behind actions and the reality behind words. By becoming adept at spotting these signs, we empower ourselves to make informed decisions about our relationships. This clarity is not just a shield against the confusion of breadcrumbing, but a step towards more authentic and fulfilling connections. Chapter 3. Behind the Breadcrumbs. Delving into the depths of breadcrumbing, Chapter 3 aims to unravel the psychological underpinnings and motivations behind this complex behavior. By understanding what drives breadcrumbing, we gain not only clarity but also empowerment in dealing with its impact on our relationships. Breadcrumbing often stems from a breadcrumber's internal conflicts and insecurities. For instance, Jake, who regularly breadcrumbed his partners, was later revealed to struggle with commitment issues and a fear of intimacy. His breadcrumbing was a subconscious way to maintain a connection without fully committing. The rise of digital communication has played a significant role in breadcrumbing. The ease and impersonality of digital interactions often lead to more superficial and non-committal communication. Emma found herself frequently breadcrumbed through dating apps, where the abundance of choices and the impersonal nature of the medium made such behavior more common. Often, breadcrumbers engage in this behavior to seek validation. For example, Sarah breadcrumbed several people simultaneously, not with the intention to form real connections, but rather to boost her self-esteem and feel wanted. Another motivation behind breadcrumbing can be the fear of being alone. Mark, despite having doubts about his relationship, continued to breadcrumb his partner because the prospect of being single was daunting. His actions were driven not by genuine interest, but by a fear of solitude. Social media and digital communication have amplified breadcrumbing behaviors. The case of Linda and Bob, who maintained a sporadic connection primarily through social media likes and comments, illustrates how digital platforms can facilitate breadcrumbing. Digital communication often creates an illusion of connection, where real emotional investment is lacking. Kevin experienced this when he mistook his partner's regular social media interactions for genuine interest, only to realize they were superficial engagements with no real intention of deepening their relationship. In concluding this chapter, we recognize that breadcrumbing is a multifaceted issue, deeply rooted in psychological motivations and exacerbated by the digital age's communication landscape. Understanding these factors is key to navigating modern relationships, enabling us to recognize breadcrumbing behaviors and respond to them with informed awareness. This insight not only aids in dealing with breadcrumbing, but also contributes to our overall emotional intelligence in relationships. Chapter 4. The Impact on the Self. In the journey through the labyrinth of breadcrumbing, it's crucial to understand its emotional impact. This chapter explores the depths of how breadcrumbing affects self-esteem, self-worth, and overall emotional well-being, offering insights and strategies for nurturing emotional health. Breadcrumbing often leads to a tumultuous mix of emotions. Take Rachel's story, for instance. Each time she received a message from her partner after a long silence, she felt a surge of hope, quickly followed by confusion and disappointment when the communication ceased again. This emotional roller coaster can lead to stress, anxiety, and a sense of emotional instability. Continued exposure to breadcrumbing can have lasting effects. Michael experienced this when he found himself becoming increasingly cynical about relationships after multiple encounters with breadcrumbing. Over time, this cynicism began to affect his interactions, making him guarded and less open to new connections. Breadcrumbing can severely impact self-esteem. Emma's experience is illustrative of this. Each time she was breadcrumbed, she found herself questioning her worth and attractiveness. These doubts began to erode her self-esteem, making her more susceptible to further negative experiences in relationships. The key to mitigating the impact of breadcrumbing on self-worth lies in self-affirmation and self-care. For example, after recognizing the toll breadcrumbing had taken on his self-worth, Josh started to engage in activities that reinforced his value, such as volunteering and pursuing hobbies that he was passionate about. These activities helped rebuild his sense of self-worth independent of external validation. Maintaining emotional health in the face of breadcrumbing involves proactive strategies. Meditation, therapy, and open communication with trusted friends or family can be invaluable. Lisa found solace in journaling, which helped her process her feelings and gain clarity about her emotional needs. It's important to recognize when professional help is needed. After enduring a prolonged period of breadcrumbing, David sought counseling, which provided him with tools to manage his emotions and cope with the feelings of rejection and confusion. As this chapter concludes, we understand that while the emotional impact of breadcrumbing can be profound, there are pathways to healing and resilience. By recognizing the effects, nurturing self-esteem, and employing strategies for emotional well-being, individuals can emerge from these experiences stronger and more self-aware. This journey of emotional recovery and growth is a testament to the human capacity for resilience and the power of self-compassion in the face of relational challenges. Chapter 5: Navigating the Maze. In this crucial chapter, we delve into the strategies and skills needed to effectively navigate the perplexing maze of breadcrumbing. It's not just about recognizing this pattern of behavior, but learning how to respond in ways that safeguard our emotional well-being and encourage personal growth. The first step in responding effectively to breadcrumbing is acknowledging it when it happens. Emma's experience serves as a prime example. She noticed a pattern in her partner's communication: enthusiastic responses followed by prolonged periods of silence. Recognizing this as breadcrumbing, she prepared herself to address it directly. Once breadcrumbing is recognized, the next step is deciding how to respond. For instance, when Michael realized he was being breadcrumbed, he weighed his options. He could either address the behavior with the person involved, or he could choose to distance himself from the relationship. His choice depended on the nature of their relationship and his emotional investment in it. Setting boundaries is essential in dealing with breadcrumbing. Laura, after repeatedly experiencing breadcrumbing, decided to set clear boundaries. She communicated to her partner that consistent and honest communication was crucial for her in the relationship. By setting this boundary, she made her expectations clear and took control of her emotional well-being. It's not just setting boundaries that's important, but also upholding them. When Alex's boundaries were not respected, despite clear communication, he made the difficult decision to end the relationship. This act of self-respect helped him maintain his emotional health. Every response to breadcrumbing is a choice that can either empower or diminish your sense of self-worth. Sarah chose to confront the individual who was breadcrumbing her, expressing how their behavior affected her. This confrontation, regardless of the outcome, was an act of self-empowerment. Each encounter with breadcrumbing provides valuable lessons. John used his experiences to develop a keener sense of when he was being breadcrumbed and learned to withdraw from these situations sooner, thus protecting his emotional well-being. As we conclude this chapter, it's clear that navigating the maze of breadcrumbing is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. By recognizing breadcrumbing, setting boundaries, and making empowered choices, you not only protect your emotional well-being but also grow stronger and more resilient. Each step taken in this maze is a stride towards greater self-awareness and a more fulfilling relational life. Remember, you have the power to navigate this maze and emerge on the other side with a renewed sense of confidence and clarity. Chapter 6: Communication in the Digital Age. In the ever-evolving digital age, the art of communication has transformed dramatically. Chapter 6 delves into mastering this art in our personal relationships, particularly in the context of breadcrumbing. This journey is not just about avoiding misunderstandings, it's about enhancing clarity, empathy, and connection through our digital interactions. In the realm of digital communication, clarity is king. Take, for instance, the story of Jenna and Tom. Jenna's habit of sending ambiguous texts left Tom often confused about her intentions. It was only when they agreed to be more explicit in their messaging using clear and straightforward language that misunderstandings decreased and their connection strengthened. While digital communication is convenient, it lacks the nuances of face-to-face interactions. Sarah and Mike, a couple who primarily communicated via text, found their relationship improved significantly when they balanced digital interactions with regular in-person dates. These face-to-face meetings provided a depth and richness that texts alone couldn't convey. Interpreting tone and intent in digital messages can be challenging. Consider the case of Alex, who misread the tone of a friend's email and felt hurt. Upon discussing it in person, he realized his friend's intent was not as it seemed through the digital lens. This highlights the importance of not jumping to conclusions based on digital communications alone. When a message is unclear or potentially upsetting, seeking clarification is key. Emily's approach exemplifies this. Whenever she received a text from her partner that she found confusing, she would ask for clarification in a non-confrontational manner, often discovering that her initial interpretation was off the mark. Digital communication isn't just about conveying information. It's also a medium for emotional connection. Mark's approach to texting is illustrative. He often shared his feelings and asked about his partner's emotional state, creating a space for emotional depth and connection, even when they were apart. Reliable and timely responses can strengthen digital communication. Lisa made it a point to respond to messages from her partner promptly and consistently, which helped in building trust and showing that she valued the communication and the relationship. As we conclude this chapter, it's evident that effective digital communication is pivotal in today's relationship landscape. By embracing clarity, seeking understanding, and striving for emotional depth, we can turn digital interactions into a robust platform for building and maintaining meaningful relationships. In this digital age, let us harness the power of our words and messages to forge connections that resonate with authenticity and understanding. Chapter 7: Moving Forward. In this pivotal chapter, we turn our focus to moving forward, transforming the challenges of breadcrumbing into opportunities for personal growth and stronger future relationships. This journey is about more than just recovery. It's a path to deeper self-understanding, resilience, and empowered decision-making in our interpersonal connections. Each experience with breadcrumbing, while often painful, holds invaluable lessons. Consider the case of Emily, who, after enduring a cycle of inconsistent communication, reflected on her experiences to understand her patterns in choosing partners. This introspection led her to recognize a tendency to prioritize others' needs over her own, a realization that became a turning point in how she approached future relationships. The key to transforming these experiences into positive outcomes lies in their application to future situations. For instance, Alex, having experienced breadcrumbing, became more adept at identifying early signs of non-committal behavior in subsequent interactions. This awareness enabled him to make more informed choices about who to invest his time and emotional energy in. Personal growth often accelerates when we face and overcome challenges. After her experience with breadcrumbing, Lisa embarked on a journey of self-discovery, attending workshops and reading extensively on self-worth and communication in relationships. This quest for knowledge not only bolstered her self-esteem, but also equipped her with skills to forge healthier relationships. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from negative experiences. John's story exemplifies this. After a painful experience with breadcrumbing, he focused on activities that reinforced his sense of self-worth, such as volunteering and rekindling old hobbies. This proactive approach helped him rebuild his confidence and resilience. Moving forward involves making deliberate choices about future relationships. Learning from past experiences, Megan became more selective in her dating life, seeking partners who demonstrated consistency and openness in their communication. This careful selection helped her form a more fulfilling and respectful relationship. Clear communication of expectations is fundamental in any healthy relationship. Drawing from his past experience, David learned to articulate his needs and expectations early in new relationships, setting the stage for open and honest communication. This clarity helped foster a relationship grounded in mutual understanding and respect. As we conclude this chapter, it's clear that moving forward from breadcrumbing is not just about healing from past hurts. It's a journey towards self-empowerment and enriched relationships. The lessons learned, resilience built, and growth achieved pave the way for a future of more meaningful and rewarding connections. In this journey, each step taken is a stride towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and a testament to our capacity for transformation and growth. Chapter 8. Building Authentic Connections. In the intricate dance of relationships, the pursuit of authenticity forms the heart of meaningful connections. This chapter delves into the art of building genuine relationships, emphasizing the power of vulnerability, honesty, and the continuous nurturing these connections demand. Here we explore the pathways to forming bonds that resonate with our true selves, transcending the superficial layers often experienced in the modern dating landscape. Genuine relationships are built on a foundation of authenticity. This involves presenting your true self with all your vulnerabilities and strengths. Authenticity invites authenticity. When you are genuine, it encourages others to be the same with you. Consider the story of Anna and Mark. Initially, their interactions were laced with pretenses. It was only when Anna chose to share her passion for classical music, a detail she thought trivial, that Mark opened up about his love for painting. This exchange marked the beginning of a deeper, more genuine connection. Authentic relationships require an environment where both parties feel safe to express their true selves. This means actively listening, showing empathy, and withholding judgment. For instance, when Thomas shared his fears about job security with his partner, her response wasn't to offer solutions, but to listen and understand his perspective, strengthening their bond through empathy and support. Vulnerability is the cornerstone of deep, authentic connections. It's about the courage to reveal your true thoughts, feelings, and desires. Sarah, for example, was hesitant to express her aspirations to become a writer to her new partner, fearing judgment. When she finally did, it not only brought them closer, but also provided her with the support she needed to pursue her dreams. Honesty in relationships goes beyond simply not lying. It's about being honest with your feelings, desires, and concerns. When Jake admitted to his long-term partner that he felt neglected, it wasn't an easy conversation. However, it opened up a dialogue that led to a rekindling of their connection, highlighting issues they had both overlooked. Authentic connections require ongoing effort and nurturing. It's about investing time and energy into the relationship continuously. Regular check-ins like the weekly coffee dates James and Lily have keep their communication open and their bond strong. As individuals evolve, so do relationships. Embracing change and growing together is crucial. Laura and Eric, for instance, found that their interests were diverging as they grew older. Instead of growing apart, they used these changes to explore new activities together, thus deepening their connection. Building and sustaining authentic connections is a journey, not a destination. It requires continuous effort, a willingness to be vulnerable, and a commitment to honesty. As we navigate our relationships, let us strive to foster this authenticity, for it is in these genuine connections that we find the true essence of companionship and love. Remember, in the quest for relationships that complement our soul, authenticity is the guiding star. Conclusion. As we reach the end of Mixed Signals, Navigating the Maze of Breadcrumbing, we stand at a significant crossroads in our journey of personal and relational discovery. This book was a voyage into the heart of modern relationships, shining a light on the shadowed paths of communication and connection. We embarked on this journey with an aim to demystify breadcrumbing, a subtle yet complex phenomenon that often leaves a trail of confusion in the digital age of relationships. Through each chapter, we uncovered the signs of breadcrumbing, explored the psychological motivations behind it, and confronted its emotional impact. More importantly, we armed ourselves with strategies to respond with empowerment and self-assurance. This journey, however, transcends the understanding of breadcrumbing. It's an exploration into the depths of self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and the cultivation of authentic connections. Each chapter served as a stepping stone toward building relationships that resonate with our true selves, moving beyond fleeting interactions to foster meaningful and enriching experiences. As you turn the final page, remember, your journey does not end here. The insights and strategies shared are tools in your kit, ready to be employed as you navigate the evolving landscape of relationships. Embrace them not just as lessons learned, but as companions on your continuous quest for personal growth and fulfilling relationships. Step forward with a renewed sense of purpose and confidence. Your journey through the maze of relationships continues, and with the knowledge from Mixed Signals, navigating the maze of breadcrumbing, you are well equipped to chart your course. Find connections that matter, enrich your life with relationships that truly resonate with who you are, and embrace the adventure of discovering those who complement your soul. Thank you for allowing this book to be a part of your journey. May the path ahead be illuminated with wisdom, filled with love, and abundant in the joy of finding and nurturing meaningful connections.